We're going back to the 90s for another great batch of G.I. Joes. This time you got three different ones to choose from, all from the 90s, starting off with 1990s Range Viper. Now you can see he is incomplete. He has exactly what you see him with there. Looking very cool. We all love that really cool mask. Got used by the club a few years later. I do want to point out he does have a little bit of an elbow crack right there, but it doesn't seem to affect anything about his range of motion, his ability to move. His knees are looking good. The waist is looking good. No loose O-rings there. And the paint all around is looking pretty good. That happens with these later figures. Some of the early ones often had some paint issues, but we don't see that once we get into the 90s. We're moving on here to some Big Bear. I think 2 years later, in 1992, he comes with his rifle as you see it right there. I do want to point out he does have a little bit of a loose waist, and we'll show that to you in a moment. May need a new O-ring. That's just how it happens with some of these older figures. But he's looking great. I'm going to be careful with his knees. Yep. But we'll show you them moving, and you can see, yep, a little bit wiggly on that waist. So be careful with that, or replace the O-ring, whichever you choose. The rest of the joints are looking great, including that head as he gives the head nod. Moving right along to 1992, this is Barricade. He comes with a lot of weapons, but I don't think he's complete. We just discussed the paint, and yet I do want to point out on this one, he does have on his face there, I don't think that's extra paint wear. I think he's got some paint loss. Resulted in some little bit of black on his face there. Maybe you can do something with that, maybe you can't, but that gold, amazingly, that's held up very well. If you know anything about gold plastic syndrome, well, you know how it tends to get brittle and flake off, but we're not seeing that here with him. The joints are looking good. Elbows, arms, everything else, including the head joint, looking real nice. You can get all three of these by heading on over to TheBigToyAuction.com. Leave your pre-bids today or join us on auction day. We'll see you at the auction.